Hi, I'm Wayne, and this is Wayne's World Built by Real Estate. A couple people are asking me about, getting a loan application together and what is needed to do that. Even after you've chosen a lender, whether it's one or two that you've got a relationship with, it's a very good idea to start gathering the documentation you're going to need even before you start house hunting. This is stuff you're going to need in a fairly timely manner. So once you've decided on a house and you've written a contract, especially once it's got accepted, you need to start your loan application right away. The lender needs as much time as possible to get to the end. And it is very important, even though you're pre-approved, to make sure that you've gotten the application started and you've done everything that needs to be done. Most of the time, you have to have a signed contract to actually start an application, even once you're pre-approved or pre-qualified. Things you're going to need to get. Now, if you're working for someone, you're going to need to make sure you have W-2s, likely enough from the last 2 years. You're also going to need most recent pay stubs. Now, if you're self-employed, you're going to need likely tax returns for 2, possibly 3 tax years for your business if it's separate from you and yourself, your personal. In addition, if you're more than a couple months into that calendar year past your last tax returns, you're going to need to make sure that you put together a P&L. They're going to probably need that to show that you are actually still in business, that the income you're bringing in it coincides with the money that you had the last year. This last year with COVID, there was extra documentation that was required by lenders, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac put in place to make sure that companies are still in business and still earning income. They needed extra bank statements. They needed extra documentation because there were so many people in the end of 2020 and even into 2021 that their small businesses were heavily affected by COVID. That the businesses stopped earning money or they weren't running, so they didn't have the income source they may have had for the last 2 or 3 years. In addition to this, when you're in the process of the mortgage, it's very common for a lender to come back after you've given them everything they've asked for and ask for updated information. If you start a loan application, say the 15th of a month, and your bank statements all come due on the 1st of each month, the first week of the following month, don't be surprised if the lender comes back and asks you for that. If they ask you for more recent pay stubs just before closing, it's a very good idea to be prepared for this so that you don't get frustrated and you have the information ready and able for what you need for that lender. Remember, this lender is trying to work for you to get you the loan that you both want and you need. And the more you do to make it easy on them, the more you do to follow up and make sure things are done during the loan application process, the faster and easier your mortgage will be. There's a lot of other things that the lender has to get done behind the scenes, such as the appraisal, the survey. They've got to work with the title company to make sure that they're getting documentation for the closing, make sure the title's clear on the property, the title search is done, title insurance is issued, homeowner's insurance is issued, lots and lots of other things in addition to what they're asking you for. So be prepared, and it can make the process very simple for you if you have this documentation ahead of time, and especially making sure if you are doing at least 20% down on your mortgage, that you have that documentation of where that 20% is coming from. If by chance you are doing less than 20% down, such as an FHA loan, a conventional loan with mortgage insurance, or a VA loan, there's other documentation they may ask of you. If you're getting any of your down payment from a family member or as a gift, you're going to need a good gift letter from those people, whoever they may be, saying the fact that you will not have to pay the money back, that it is a gift. As I mentioned earlier, if your down payment is in your bank account for a couple months and you can show that it's been under your control for 2 or 3 months, gift letters and those types of things wouldn't be needed because you've already had control of the money. The money's coming from your resources. Be ready and be prepared, and you'll make the process much easier both on yourself as well as you'll be able to make it easier for the lender when they're trying to get documentation that they need to get things done and you don't get frustrated. Well, this has been Wayne with Wayne's World Built by Real Estate. Don't forget to subscribe, and please add your comments. I'd love to hear from you. Love to know what things you want me to talk about and what things I can help answer to help you move along.